I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. It's Monday. Yay! Did everyone have a good weekend? I had a mixed weekend. I'm doing good now. You'll be happy to hear. My magnesium supplements finally arrived yesterday. I had one as soon as they arrived. It made an instant difference. Within an hour, I was feeling so chilled out. I actually had one in the middle of the night as well because I slept so good last night. I woke up at midnight thinking I'd had a full night's sleep because I'd gone to bed at like 5 o'clock. I didn't sleep the night before. And when I took the magnesium and went back to bed, I could really tune into myself and what was happening in my body. I could feel it. I could feel it getting into my bloodstream. I felt it going up my neck and into my brain. I could feel it. Like a fizz, and it was like, you know, like if you had an elastic band pulled across something like this. Hi Jamie, hey Meow Meow, Tracy. If you had like an elastic band like this pulled across something like this, I felt something in my neck go like this. After I'd had it, it's like, oh, that's better. It was just like, oh, it's sorting me out. Anyway, I've ordered some even better stuff, which will arrive in probably about a month again. But I'm going to keep on with this. Oh, it was making such a difference. Makes me feel like human again. And so thank you to Nikki, English Nikki. She told me about a Dr. Carolyn with a Y. Dean. And I was checking out her stuff about athletes, about how depleted we are in magnesium, also about medications too that doctors give you and how they even further deplete magnesium, making the cause of the problem even worse, and so your symptoms get worse, and it's like, felt that. Hey Tara. So, feeling really good now, and I'm sure I'm just going to feel better and better. And my blood pressure count was down this morning from yesterday. But yesterday, the one before, the night before, I didn't sleep because don't take advice off the guy that brings water around to your house. Because he brought me some hawthorn fruit, right? And said, this brings your blood pressure down. So, of course, I Googled it. It brings your blood pressure down. So he brought me some chamomile tea bags as well. So he said, put chamomile tea bag in, put 3 of these hawthorn berry dry things in and drink it. And I said, what, before bed? And he said, yeah. I should have Googled the side effects of it. Insomnia, anxiety, agitation. Oh, no. And it's also a very powerful diuretic, so I was up and down all night peeing. So that is not the remedy for me. It might be for some if it's more of a salts and water retention problem. Blood pressure can be that. So maybe that's his and it works for him. For me. Yeah, I'm feeling much better. Excuse me. There's a lot of names that are auto-corrected wrong. I've got a lot of customers with names that are auto-corrected wrong. I've got to be really careful. We're born with a gift today. So I'm going to get some cards out for the collective, do some channeling, and if you want a mini read, then you can just check out that pinned comment up top. I do prefer the PayPal donations rather than the Super Chat Super Stickers, because Super Chat Super Sticker, YouTube and the US government pretty much keep all of that money. They don't give me very much at all. So PayPal donations would be great. And if you've got a question for your higher self, put a capital Q at the start of your comment. We're born with a gift. We're born with a gift. So yeah, last night I ordered some of the Dr. What's her name? Carolyn. That's one of the biggest things that I noticed after taking those drugs from the doctors is my brain stopped working. I have to actually try and retrieve memories now physically. It's I'm hoping I'll be able to get my magnesium levels back quickly. I will once I get her stuff anyway. Hers is ionized and you take it in 100%. The one that I've got is good. It's show you. It's one of the collated forms. Yeah, the forms that you get in the shops and the supermarkets, it'll actually deplete you of magnesium because it'll give you the runs, which flushes your body out of your minerals. But this magnesium glycinate, I think this is one of the, like, you absorb about 20% of it. But it's pretty good. But yeah, I'll be even better once I get her stuff down me. Hey, Mandy. So yeah, hopefully my brain's going to come back on board. I have ordered the one that gets through the blood-brain barrier as well. That'll arrive in a few days, so I'll take that. See if I can recover. But yeah, wow, pharmaceuticals can really take you down. For sure. So, Nikki, thank you for your donations. Nikki's got lots of questions. Blueberries. I get blueberries as soon as I can. I mean, whenever they're on the island, I buy them. Ran out of them yesterday. Yum, 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 yum. But a lot of fruits, not so much for minerals. Vegetables for minerals. But yeah, it doesn't matter anyway because the soils are depleted. Farming practices have depleted the soils of magnesium. So whereas, if you listen to Dr. Carolyn, whereas we used to be able to get like 500, 600 milligrams of magnesium through our food, now we're getting about 200 if we're lucky. Even if you're eating the right things, even if you're eating the foods high in magnesium, you're not getting it because we can't. Unless you manage to find something out in the wild that hasn't been on farmland, you're not getting the magnesium. Anyway, it's interesting. Check her out. I'll write her name down here. Carolyn, here? What was her name? She's in my inbox, I can check it out. Dr. Candine, that's it, Dean. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting my mind back because I've never had it like that before. Oh no. Have you not got ear things? Yum yum. Yeah, organic. I think it tastes better. The blueberries we get here are pretty good. And apparently you're all depleted in magnesium, but if you exercise a lot, you can really take it down. And I knew it was, like I started eating pumpkin seeds for it. I knew it was like 2 years ago. I started getting an eye twitch. Left eye twitch is a common sign. This muscle's been twitching. I've had the signs. It's badly depleted, yeah. Farming just isn't the way to go, hey. It isn't the way to go. I'm doing more and more of it, worse and worse. Morning, Gabe. So sorry to hear your news, Gabe. I'm down to 1 coffee a day now as well. I'm on a cold coffee because it's from the 2 days ago. Because I'm having to sort through some anxiety. You know, I've talked to you all about me quitting drinking. Because I was a pretty heavy and consistent drinker my whole life. From about age 12, really. And it helped me with the anxiety. And it was only when my anxiety got down that I could actually stop. So it was about 3 years ago that I stopped. But then I was just drinking occasionally. And yeah. But then now I'm left with this. Well, what did I do 3 years ago? I kind of replaced the alcohol with work and training, you know? Still very much high level. Do you know what I mean? Anxious kind of doing all this work and training hard and stuff. So now I've got to slow down. Yeah, take the magnesium, which helps. It's amazing how quickly your anxiety disappears when you take magnesium. Why? So good. But there is more. I know there's more to deal with. So I think I'm going to get an emotional body code session to deal with suppressed emotions, because there's a lot of emotions that have been coming out lately. this last week. I'm going to deal with that. Hi Timothy. Hi Christine. Generosity. Generosity. Meet Sapphire, the generous spirit in all of us. When it's dark outside, he'll always come through for us with his dancing rainbow lights and gentle eyes. Allow generosity to flow in all directions. Offer your hand, your ear, your understanding, and your heart to a person in need. Graciously receive the help from another when you're challenged, stuck, or down on your luck. Be generous with yourself. Give yourself time, love, and sweet nurturing care. We take turns being the helper and the one in need of help. Generosity connects us to something larger than ourselves. Generosity. So let's do your mini reads. See them all stacking up in there. Thank you, Nikki and Tracy and Charlene. Tracy, have we got a question from you? Catfishing? Who are you catfishing? Tracy, you got a question for your reading? I see that. I got a general for Charlene, so let's do Charlene first. And Nikki, give me your questions. Catfishing. So you're going to be fooling someone, pretending to be someone else? Try and get them into bed. Isn't that what catfishing is? Charlene, love, what is, and fulfillment. The stages is what I'm hearing here. The stages of fulfillment, of finding what will fulfill us. And this love, what is, it's always saying, like, be at peace with where you're at. There's this feeling of striving to find your life purpose, what you're here to do kind of thing, what you're here to give. And that energy in itself, that striving in itself, that feeling, I'm not doing it, I'm not good enough, I'm not contributing, that kind of feeling is kind of holding you back from that. So try and love where you're at the moment. As I said, that's the message I first got, is that fulfillment comes in stages. We're not supposed to be like born and like know what we're here for and it'll fulfill us straight away. That would be a really boring life anyway, right? We're here to like develop that. So who am I? An initiate. So who are you? This is the thing. Yeah, this is the vibe I'm getting from you, Charlene, is seeking who you are, seeking what you're here for, seeking that deeper purpose, fulfillment kind of thing, which is good. It's a good quest to be on. Initiate it. What does that mean? It means start it off. It's like ground zero kind of thing. Get into meditation. Okay, higher self, what am I here for? And then listen deeply. And it's not going to come to you as in like the clouds parting and Charlene, you're here to do this. It's going to come in just like little things that you don't think is even part of guidance. Like go to this place or pick up this and do this. It's, yeah, it comes in the weirdest ways, you know. It does. So that's you. So be gentle with yourself and love where you're at the moment. It will come to you, but you've got to follow those weird leads. Like, you know, I had weird leads to doing my videos over the years and stuff like that too. And I just followed them, even though I had no idea that it was leading to this. I had no idea that it was leading to something that would fulfill me. I wouldn't have connected them. I wouldn't have connected traveling in Asia to it either, and this island and stuff. So, yeah. Tracy, higher self relationship guidance for you. Be okay about not knowing. Mystery, no worries. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about not knowing. Been watching my healing and abundance videos. Oh, cool. I'm glad people are getting. Yeah, some people have been commenting on those and they've been getting some stuff from them. I haven't watched them again. I don't know. I can't remember what energy level I was at when I recorded those ones. That's good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Mystery, if you are enjoying it. Did you say that? No, you've just been watching them. Okay. Yeah, don't worry about the unknown. I mean, I know. This is why we do readings, because we want to know, because it's like, I don't like the unknown, I want to know. But Tracy, got to be okay with the unknown. As far as relationships go, as far as everything goes, really. But freedom, it's about you now. This is about you now. Not so much about relationships, it's about you. So, seeking your freedom. Don't try and lock yourself down or tie yourself down too fast. Because you're just going to want to seek freedom. You know what we're like. Human beings get into a relationship and then we want more freedom. And then we've got freedom and we're like, I want to get a relationship. And I'm not saying that freedom is the opposite of relationship either. But unless, like old me used to get into relationships and just so totally go along with their path. Or just like be dictating the path. I've done that more often than not. You know, for the both of us. And then, but now, I'm approaching it very differently now, because I've got all of this freedom and the things that I enjoy doing and my work and everything like that. I'm in these really, well, I was until a week ago, in these really healthy patterns of lifestyle and everything, and feel very free because of that. And a relationship would have to fit in with that. So I'm actually looking for something different now because of that. So freedom and knowing my idea. Get, you know, balanced. Get more balanced first before you lock it in. Tracy, that's your guidance. And be okay about not knowing. Right, Nikki. Whoa! We got the divorce final. Let's hope it goes through. Oh, good, Charlene. That's good to hear. You hate the mystery? Right. Okay, Nikki. Guidance on these very stressful, crazy journeys. Vehicle problems. What do Americans say? Vehicle problems. Right. Detaching you. Clear within and detachment. 2 cards are clearing. Is this thought useful and move away? You know, I'm getting like flashbacks to a mini read that I did for you. Or was it a long read? I don't know. It could have been about, was it getting the van or problems with it before? Not getting on the road. I'm getting flashbacks from that. Clear within detachment, you've got, is this thought useful and move away? And so, yeah, it's more a, this isn't flowing anymore, is a sign to do something else. Yeah, to do something else. So is this thought useful and move away means the way that you're thinking about it. Hang on, I'm just going to get some clarity with the crystals now. Does this mean to stop the travel and stuff? It's finally healing this sore on the meds gave me a sore inside my mouth. I don't get stuff like that. It fully took me out. It's healing now. No, it doesn't. Okay. So it is about the thoughts then. Is this thought useful and move away? Right. So it's your thoughts about it. It's the way that it's making you think. It's my feeling that you got one problem with it, and then that made you overthink it. Like, is this saying that I should stop? Is this saying that I should do something different? You took it as weightier guidance than it was, and then those thoughts are creating more of that. So clear within and detachment. There's a lot of clearing to do here, and it's the way that you're thinking about it. So maybe just like ask your guides, ask your higher self. Okay, I'll be like a clean slate with this now. As if none of it happened, and what's possible now? What's possible now? That kind of an energy. Hey, Steve. I have a fear Steve is here. That's question 1. Hey, Amanda. So let's get some more cards out for the collective. We've got born with a gift, and then we've got generosity. Generous with that gift. But not too generous. Don't give it away for free. It's tricky, isn't it? Because I kind of give it away for free, but not stupidly for free. I've got a plan. Do you know what I mean? It's to market me. Years ago, I used to be stupid and give it away for free. Just give it away for free, thinking without a marketing plan behind it that it would just work. It doesn't. But law of attraction, no. You need a marketing plan. That's how generosity works. Being generous with our gifts. Right. And I love that I can do my marketing this way. You know, instead of paying Facebook, which I do, but I love that I can market my stuff by helping people. Do you know what I mean? It's my stuff that markets my stuff. It's great. Yay! Hey, Nikki 2, Nikki Blue. I've got 2 cards out: Moon Dance and Pure Nature. Pure Nature. That new moon we had. So many messages about getting into nature. So many messages about nurturing yourself as well. There was a heavy mother element in that new moon. Did anyone else notice that? Were you doing some mother work, mother healing, that kind of stuff? Picking up the same thing here. Let's read them. Moon Dance. I think it's about the unknown. Daring, balance, easiness, adventure, perspective. Look at this girl balancing on a rope, waltzing with the moon. She's dancing through life. To be this confident is a gift you should be aware of and treasure. Be brave and adventurous. Get out of your comfort zone and see life from a different perspective. If you maintain a balance between levity and lightheartedness, you can stay above the everyday noise that threatens to bring us down. Feel the night breeze in your hair and adventure in your soul. Adventurous. And pure nature. Yeah, in all of the private reads that I did, there was a heavy element of that. And there was a lot of energy healing going on this weekend as well, on my own too. Pure nature, grace, blooming, youth, freshness. This young girl is flourishing as she develops into a woman. She loves her body and is aware of her unique beauty. Just as this girl does, cherish the beauty nature has given to you. See the softness and grace, and keep the secrets of youth in your heart. The red peony symbolizes respect and honor, ideals that must be recognized in ourselves before we can genuinely share our true nature with others. Respect and honor. Yeah, we need self-respect and honor, right? Before we can share our gifts generously with others. Otherwise, you do what I did, you just give it all away and it depletes you. Oh, if everyone could click like on this video, that would be great. That would help me out. Thank you. Pure nature. We're about to hit 6,000 subscribers as well. That's exciting. We're trying to do the lower your blood pressure kind of diet. It's making me lose too much weight. I mean, I get it. I know a lot of people have high blood pressure because they're overweight, so any kind of stuff like that, it's going to make you lose weight. I don't need to lose weight. I don't need to lose weight. It's a crystal healer. Nice. Crystal healing. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing that emotional body code next. I used to do an element of that myself, but I need someone to work on me now. And that's different for me now as well, you know, it's like seeking help. I used to always try and do everything myself and be so independent, and now there's an issue, and a lot of people help me now. Ask for it. The DASH diet, not particularly. I was just trying to do the thing that's like eat this, don't eat that, and all of that, you know. Not particularly the DASH diet, because that hasn't got very good results to it. It's nice in theory, like the food pyramid. It's not nice in theory, but it doesn't actually work for very many people. But you know, I've been eating a lot of like, instead of rice, I would have rice as well, oats generally as my carbohydrate. But rice maybe 2 or 3 times a week with a meal, and I've switched from that to sweet potato, a combination of sweet potatoes and beetroot. If you've eaten a lot of beetroot, you'll know what that does to the toilet. But yeah, it's just making me lose too much weight. Hibiscus tea. Does that? Depends what it is. Like some of these, obviously, some of these tea, it depends why you've got high blood pressure. Really. Because some things make you lose weight. And so if you're overweight, then that can give you high blood pressure, right? And so some things work because of that. Some things work because it's a diuretic, and because you're holding on to, it can be holding on to water that's the problem. And so some things sort that out. It's very, very much connected with diabetes as well, so some things aid that. I'm pretty sure that mine is muscles and magnesium depletion. I feel so much looser in my neck today just from taking magnesium. I was having to do a lot of neck stretches in this last week to try and sort it out. My blood pressure has gone up and down. It's come down from yesterday, but that doesn't surprise me because I didn't sleep the night before, so I'm keeping an eye on it. But yeah, it's at least I'm feeling better now. The meds might have brought the blood pressure down a bit, but it's only the numbers that look prettier. It was devastating for me. I couldn't function. It was scary. I wouldn't even go into the pool. I was afraid of drowning. I was afraid of passing out and drowning. I couldn't ride my bike, so I couldn't go into the shop. I went to the shop once because I needed to buy eggs, and I felt scared for myself and everyone else on the road. I'm only on a bicycle, so I was very wobbly. I felt like I was going to fall over at any point. So yeah, the meds might bring the numbers down, but it's not sorting the problem out. What have we got here? Freya, boldness. Playful goddess of love and ruler of a war and death, Freya appears before you to encourage you to boldly go forth. Now is not the time to play small. Step into your power and embrace your desires and take swift action to manifest them fully in your life. Freya's got your back. Look, see how she's riding a cart? Don't you wonder what is on the end of those reins? Cats! It's cats on the end of those reins. Yeah, hibiscus. Well, when I get my hibiscus, I'll check first what the contraindications are of hibiscus. But when I do my pick a card read and use the hibiscus flower, I'll make some tea out of it afterwards and try it out. So we're being bold. But yeah, it depends on I'm all for taking responsibility of my health and finding out what's the cause of it rather than the things that will just make the numbers look prettier. There's no point in doing that to my mind. Right, so let's do some tarot reading. Nikki, you got question number 2. What guidance do we have for everybody today in the tarot? Protector. Sumo. The Protector. Yeah, I'm just kind of disappointed in myself that I didn't take it more seriously a couple of years ago when I realised that I was depleted in magnesium. I didn't realise the seriousness of it. I didn't realise it would cause my, I knew it was doing something to my muscles, but I didn't realise that it'd cause the muscles of my heart and the muscle and the arteries and stuff like that problems too. Now I know. I needed that bit of a scare, I think, to take it seriously. Protector. Thanks, Nikki. Nikki 2, Nikki Blue. Got the Protector. I'll get another card out to get some clarity on that, because I'm not getting whether we're being protected, whether we need to protect ourselves. It's probably a mixture of both. Nikki, thanks. You probably weren't in at the start, but I'm saying I prefer the PayPal donations now, because these Super Chat, Super Sticker, YouTube and the US government pretty much keep all of it. I don't get to see it, so you're kind of paying them instead of me to give you a reading. I do get a bit of it, I believe, but I don't think it's very much at all. But thank you anyway. And my special person moved towards me. Nikki's special person moved toward her. Yes. Relax about it though. Relax about it, so don't be so anxious about it, doubting it. Enjoy it, let it play out. It's okay, Nikki. You want to know. It's at the start of this month that the US is starting to take 25%. I was getting very little from these anyway, but now they're taking 25% of all of my YouTube earnings, which is significant. Now it just really doesn't make it worth bothering with the Super Chat, Super Stickers at all. So yeah, innocent and relax. So relax about it, you know. It's hard, I know. Especially when we're in the start of a relationship or we like someone. We want to speed it up. We can't sit back. It's almost like we get in a stressed state about it and we can't enjoy the actual process of it. We make it hard work. This is saying like, don't make it hard work. To have someone else. No. Doesn't have someone else. It's probably just a timing thing. But yeah, we can make it hard work and make it stressful and make it like it's pain almost. We still keep quiet and passion. Try and enjoy the process instead of enjoying the process. Stressing about it, see? Don't stress about it. Try and enjoy it. It's how Hallmark movies are run, because they all seem to enjoy the process and they're all happy about it and relaxed about it. And the majority of us are not. Or at least I'm not. Whenever it's happened, I turn into an idiot. A teenage idiot like that. Oh, what have we got? 4 of Wands. Of course we do. The Hanged Man. King of Pentacles and the Lovers. Four of Wands. Party, celebrations, marriage. Protector. Oh, we had this message last time, didn't we? On Friday. I'm pretty sure it was on Friday. Or on Thursday. When we protect ourselves, When we learn to protect ourselves and be empowered, that's when someone comes in to protect us too. That's when a match comes in, because the law of attraction states what we're putting out is what we get back. It's not about us not protecting ourselves and protecting everyone else, and so we get protected back. It's about us protecting ourselves. It's always what we're thinking and feeling and doing for ourselves that gets reflected back to us. You respect yourself, you get respect back. You protect yourself, you'll get protection back. So, and we always want it to be the opposite way around, right? We want to be protected when we're weak, and we get the opposite. And then we attract people that don't want to protect us, they want to abuse us. Oh, so it's the same message. Good question, Nikki. Have you not got a PayPal yet, Nikki? I use it so much. Well, of course, I use it for my work, but personally I use it. I try and use it if any website that I buy anything off has got PayPal, I'll definitely use PayPal. Even if I want to use my credit card through PayPal, I'll use PayPal. It's that extra level of security, but it also does the currency conversion, so my credit card doesn't get hit with the currency conversion charges. My credit card, if I do it through PayPal, it gets charged in Australian dollars, so I don't get an extra, whatever, $5 added on, $10. Sometimes it's a lot. Nikki, so continue with travel plans as I don't feel safe. And also, it's got a layer of protection behind it as well, as you can get your money back from PayPal. If you get ripped off by someone, they give you your money back. It's good that way. Some people have got readings from me and then not liked the reading or something, and then tried to get the money back. But I've always got proof in my system of when the stuff was sent out, and with digital stuff, if you've downloaded it, if you've received it, the seller wins out on that. So I've been protected by PayPal as well. It's harder with credit cards, it's hard. I think I've had one problem with somebody wanting money back from a credit card. I can't remember sorting that out now, but I still did win. Because I win in these things because I'm quick to refund. If the problem is mine or whatever, I do refunds without a problem. But when someone's received it and they're just trying to rip me off, oh no, I protect myself then, right? Nikki, so I continue with my travel plans as I don't feel safe. Staying safe. Understanding. What makes you safe? Isn't it funny that card came out? Staying safe and understanding. Where does your safety come from? Well, it comes from within, doesn't it? It comes from your connection within. Stability within ourselves first. What makes us feel unsafe? It's our thoughts and it's our wanting to take control of things. So our safety comes from connection, doesn't it? Because then we can go through life and everything rights itself. Like even with the stuff that I've been through in this last week, saying to my guys, what the hell, why didn't you protect me from that? Well, I've seen, I get over and over again that they lined me up for it. Like they made sure I'd got the things around me to deal with it. This watch that I'd got a few weeks before to have the data so that I wouldn't freak out too much. Even just some of the things that I bought and had on hand, or some of the things that I've been thinking about buying and hadn't. If I had when I thought about it, I would have been way more prepared. So the stability, even though something happens that makes you feel unsafe, the connection is your safety. You don't need to be in control of it. Because you've got soften and open and expansion here, so it's getting more into the feminine. It's the same stuff. It's the same stuff, Nikki. It's the forgiveness stuff. It's the softening and open. It's getting the more into your feminine. It's the more trusting thing. It's another layer of the same stuff. You are safe. You need to understand that. It's your connection that keeps you safe. And sure, we can ignore that. Right? What happens if we ignore our intuitions? We get a hard lesson from it, don't we? Well, this is at another level. This is kind of saying, well, if you're ignoring your innate safety that you've got through your connection. Your higher self always sorting you out, always leading you the right way. If you're ignoring that and trying to take charge of things and control your life, you're going to cause problems for yourself. Got expansion, there's bigger things ahead. So, yes, continue with the travel plans and sort out that feeling of feeling unsafe instead. It's so hard to do. It's been tricky for me in this last week, and yeah, and tuning in and trusting. I wobbled for a few days there. I let those doctors hype me up and get me real scared. Not that they were even doing that. The doctors weren't doing that. Quite the opposite, in fact. They're like, you're right. You're alright. I was alright. But yeah, that trust, you know. Right, so we've got the Protector and the Wands again, the Four of Wands. So our relationships, our people are going to come in. The ones that will protect us once we've learned to protect ourselves at a higher level. The Hanged Man, we've got to change our minds about that. So what are you thinking? He's got one black eye and one white eye. He's got a spear in his belly. Something comes crashing down. Yeah, this Hangman is not having so much fun as in other decks. He's got a spear in his belly and he's got one black eye, one white eye, and he's hanging there. He's not doing so good, this chap. Things come crashing down and then we change our mind about something. Maybe about protecting ourselves, it being okay to protect ourselves, or that we want other people to protect us. Some people might have that mindset. I want someone to come in and protect me because I don't want to do it for myself. That kind of thing. Gabe. Are you the sword, the wound, or the healer? Oh, we got here. Thank you, Deepta. Thank you, Gabe. General guidance. Thanks. General guidance for Gabe. Hey, Connie. Gabe. General guidance for you. Perfectionist. Who am I? Perfect. It's the burden of being the aware one. The burden of being the healer, maybe. The burden of being the one that can seem to see the bigger picture more than other people. That can be a burden because when you're around other people that are freaking out, you might think that you need to be perfect and hold everyone up and, you know, hold that energy up and almost keep it together for everyone else instead of going through your own process. So be careful of that perfectionist thing as it relates to awareness. Can be one of the trip ups for healers I found in myself is constantly focused on healing the world or healing other people and then forgetting to go through our process, and so we kind of sideline that. These people have it worse. I'm not going to deal with my stuff or apply it to me. I'll just sort them out first because they've got it worse, which is a kind of a judgment. It's kind of judgmental. Maybe they don't have it worse. It's interesting that, you know, Jamie's question, are you the sword, the wound, or the healer? All of them. We're all of them. We should be all of them. Because if you think you're just the healer, then you're going to do it for everyone else. If you think you're just the sword, then you go around hurting everyone else. If you think you're just the wound, then you're going to be, victim to everyone else. So allow yourself to go through your process. Yeah, you don't need to be perfect for everyone else. Even if you're the most aware one in the room, doesn't mean that you should use that for everyone else. Whoa. Right. Don't you often get the right cards out? Write it down. That's probably your process. Write down your process, journaling and all of that. Write down your feelings, write down what you're going through. Next question is around the sword, the wound and the healer. Deep Tar. What do you need to hear to feel worthy of love right now? Thanks for your donation, Deep Tar, and everyone. What do you need to hear to feel worthy of love? I know you're always getting right in game. Okay, Deep Tar. What's under that and make love? There's a resistance to receiving pleasure here. So, if you ask yourself that question, why? What's blocking me from receiving love is a great big question, isn't it? So take it down to the little parts of that. What's stopping me from receiving help? What's stopping me from receiving pleasure? You've got a resistance to pleasure here. So don't focus on the bigger question, Deep Tar. That, what do you need to hear to feel worthy of love? Focus more on the, what's my block behind receiving pleasure? But then you don't need to find out what that block is and heal it before you'll allow yourself to receive pleasure. This is about dipping your toe in. How much pleasure can I receive? Okay, so I'm going to try it out. Allow myself to receive a little bit of pleasure. Seems bizarre to me now, like thinking of my broken self that moved to Australia. I was a mess. I was a total mess. Looking back, and I remember going for my first massage. It was very difficult for me. Very difficult for me to relax, to receive that massage, to even go there and let somebody touch me like that, because I'd been abused, I've been sexually abused, I've been beaten up, I've been abused bodily. I didn't want people to touch me. And so I had a big block to it, but I let myself. I kind of pushed myself into it, even though it made me anxious, even though like it would be like the opposite. And I know I'm a massage therapist myself. And yeah, I'd get like people from the city coming for massages that were on holiday in Byron Bay, coming into my massage shop. I'd give them a massage in which they'd be like this, even with their eyes open the whole time. And then at the end of it, I'd be like tripping out, going, not relaxed at all. And then at the end of it, they'd be like, wow, that's the most relaxed I've felt for ages. I'd be like, oh shit, I wouldn't like to see you stressed. But that was me. That was pretty much me ages ago. too. Maybe you like that. Maybe you not won't. Just try different things like that. Allowing yourself to receive pleasure. Pampering kind of things. What's under that? Joy and intimacy. So yeah, it's more about take the little steps there, Deepta, rather than that bigger question, and tackle each little block as you find it. First one is allow yourself to receive pleasure. You were like that too, Gabe. Yeah. Now I'm great. Now I'm great with massage. I'm like, I desensitized myself to it. It was, as my healing was going on. Empowerment's a big thing as well. You've got to feel empowered to be able to get on that massage table, have the kind of massages that I have now, where this big lady boy, strong, heavy, stands at the top of my legs, both sides, for about a minute, sometimes a minute and a half. You've got to be very empowered to allow someone to do stuff like that to you. Right? Hate to see you stressed. Right. Yeah. Yeah. But I recognized it. Well, I didn't recognize it at the time, that's who I'd been, but... And I see this same thing is I know that I was using alcohol to relieve anxiety all those years. And I know that I replaced it with training, and I felt it. That's why I started going for the walks on the beach, and I knew not to run in the morning. I knew not to do that. I knew I needed to slow down. It's like taking one anxious thing and turning it to another, I know that I've still got to do something about that now, so I'm investigating that. Nikki, question 3. Curiosity question about the birthmark on my right hip. Unhealed wound from a past life. Yeah, birthmarks. That's another interesting thing about being a massage therapist. You see the birthmarks on people. So many people have been stabbed in the back in a past life. Have these, and it's with dagger shape or sword shape. You can actually see the shape of it in the back. Birthmark, yeah, birthmarks. How you died in a past life, and you bring that energy through. You don't want to receive pleasure from any of these dummies I keep matching with online dating. Yeah, I wouldn't start with romantic connections. I would start with massages, and I would start on the professional level. It's alright, Deepta. Nikki. So your birthmark, your right hip birthmark, let's find out. What does it look like? So when you see people with birthmarks, the big ones, that's when they've been burned, generally, in a past life. What else have I seen? Some people can even have the in and out wounds. I mean, they can have a birthmark on one side of them, and the out wound on the other, another birthmark on the other side of them where something went right through them. It's traumatic deaths, and the energy of that still in your energy, and then you're born with that. It's like an echo from a past life because it's still in your energy. Wild, huh? Trained in massage, it was equally very uncomfortable to touch someone in that way. It was healing for me to be a massage therapist along the same lines. I needed to be okay about that as well. But I wasn't okay about that guy that kept on coming and wanted me to raise his energy. Get out of here, mate. I would deal with him very differently than I did. It's a sword knife entry, yeah. On your right hip. Whoa. Yeah, it was a knife, Nikki. It was you. You did it. Boom. You did it to yourself. Ooh. Previous strength. What the hell? I'm feeling this now. Hang on. Wow, you are angry. Okay. You were in a very stressful situation. I'm very angry. And someone was at you, in your face. And it was like you didn't want to have a fight with them. You were like so close to you, and then you stabbed yourself instead out of anger. It was like to prove, in a way, it was proving your strength over the other person, like being the better person than them. That's quite overwhelming, that feeling from tapping into that. I need some water after that. Watch out, don't cross me, Nikki. Oh. So I wonder who that was then. Wanting to fight. I'm going to blow my eyes as well. That was intense. Yeah. I understand it though. Like not going to stoop to someone's level even though they're making you so angry and trying to push you into a fight. But did you die? Throbs and aches. Yeah, well, there's a lot of it, like even reading that, there's that, it's been a long time since I've done a reading like that where where I need to drink water and like sort myself out in the energy afterward because it's intense. So it doesn't surprise me that it's not just a birthmark, that you've got the energy of that in you. And you're in this struggle as well to move away from that. It's this warrior energy. It's really fierce, powerful warrior energy. To move away from that and be more love. Yeah, she has. Thanks for your donation again. And what's going on with your relationship with your parents and where's it headed? Oh, what a question. You got to go deeper. Go deeper. Abundance. It's about abundance. Yeah. Okay. It's one of the positive things about my parents. There's not many positives about my parents, but they taught me good about abundance, right? Happy about that. And so you've got that. You've got this, it can be hard, right? Because if we are kind of more emotionally mature, emotionally intelligent, then when people aren't that, or when people around us are emotionally stupid, let's put it that way, and they hurt us because of that, we can push away everything else that they are. Do you know what I mean? I did it with my parents. Like I couldn't see that anything was good about them at all, just because of certain things that were good about them. just because of certain things that weren't good about him on me. So, yeah, abundance. If you focus on the benefits of that they've taught you, what they've taught you about abundance, on the good things, then yeah, if you'll feel better about them. It'll cause you to be firmer about it. So, I've had this message before, is try and receive love the way that love is given. We've got these love languages and everything, and it's like how we prefer to receive love. Well, we'd prefer to receive love, say, from our parents, by them being emotionally intelligent and loving us properly. We would. But there's very few people in the world that can do that. So why not receive the love that they can give us, rather than our love language? Just receive love in any way that they want to give it to us. So if they have been good around abundance and teaching that, then let it just be that, It's like, let yourself be loved by many people. If one friend only can connect with you on an intellectual level, well, let that be enough. Let them love you in that way. Don't be down on them if they can't do the emotional stuff and other kind of stuff and spiritual stuff. Just receive the love from them that way. If someone else does the emotional stuff, then receive that love from them that way. Receive the love from your parents in that kind of abundance kind of way. So many choices on anything. Who else have we got here? Thanks, Maria. How to cope with my emotions. So I'm really feeling emotional. Trying to stay positive. How to cope with your emotions, Maria? I have a money request. Somebody did it wrong. Caroline, you did it the wrong way around. You asked me for money instead of sending me money. Try again. I'll just sort that out later and cancel it. Maria. How to cope with your emotions. Ooh, victimhood about abundance. Okay, let go of the story about abundance. This is about victimhood about abundance. Like, poor me. I felt that last week. Poor me. Poor me. Let go of the story. What story are you telling yourself about abundance and not getting it? I've had that exact thing as well. The poor me about abundance. Because, I did this stuff for so many years and hardly received a thing from it. This work. I did it for so many years with hardly anything back. And I did that poor me thing. But that was just a story. I was just on the path to it. The universe sorted me out abundantly. I was just on the path to it. I just wasn't ready to put myself out there in a big way. God, no, there's nowhere near. I was nowhere near ready. I am now, but I wasn't then. So you're just on the path. It's causing you to be emotional. It does when we slip into that poor me thing. You did first send money. It's alright, Caroline. A lot of people do it, don't worry. Keep trying. So, how to help with that? Yeah, let go of the story about it. So, question yourself about that. Sometimes it's just that we think we can do more than we can in the moment. Like, I had business mentors and all kinds of people, around me, having great success. People that I knew weren't as powerful or as good at reading as me were having more success than me, and it's like, what? But it wasn't about my work, it was about me. It was about me getting to the point of where I was ready for it, emotionally and in every kind of way. I think it did, Caroline. Hang on. Yes, it did. Thank Maria, what else we got? Follow my knowing and be supportive. So support yourself on that path. You will be supported on that path as well. As much as I didn't get abundance, it was coming through for me. It kept on saving my ass, for sure. I kept on, getting that money that I needed, not wanted, needed. And yeah, so much so I could really trust that, and I could even push it. I could push it in that I knew that I could go anywhere and do anything and trust that the money would show for it. It's very stressful living like that. I much prefer the abundance that I've got now. So much easier. But yeah, just not ready for it yet, and it's okay. It's okay to be where you're at, Maria. So yeah, so this trying to stay positive. Don't do it in that law of attraction kind of way, positive, that you can manifest it right now. Just be on the path. Be okay about where you're at. Rest in where you're at. Gabe, what have we got going on here? Got your second shot 3 days ago. Feeling good. Good. Which one did you get, Connie? I've heard mixed stories about the second shots, but there's not very many people that have strong reactions to the second shots, right? Gabe, what does your love life look like? You're welcome, Maria. And I was so determined back then, Maria. I was so determined to sort that out and to heal this abundant stuff. Like I said, I've come from this anxious place, always like putting everything into everything. And I was saying to Nikki the other day, I've got to make sure that I don't make this sorting out my anxiety into the next anxious focus that I've got, It's complicated. It is complicated. Yeah, Connie, but which one? I had AstraZeneca. Is that what it's called? AstraZeneca? Sounds kind of right. I had the Thai version of it, the one that was made by Siam Laboratories or something like that in Bangkok. Because apparently there's a dodgy batch made in India, wasn't there? Of AstraZeneca. The last thing we need. Gabe's love life, connection and allow connections, deep connections. I was talking on this last week. Isn't that the one with the least side effects? I don't know. That was the one that I wanted, but we don't get it here. AstraZeneca, that's it. AstraZeneca. That's the one I got. Okay. Allow connections. I was talking on this last week. Deep connections. True connections. Allowing a connection. It's like someone to really get in. Okay, I'm connecting this with the energy of what I just said to you before as well. You know that holding up the energy for everyone else in the room. That's your place of comfort. I don't have relationships like that. I have ones that can really get in. Allow actual connection. Yeah. Which is uncomfortable. Communicate work. Work connection. Someone you work with, or someone that's got on that level kind of thing. This is almost saying like don't date, don't try and find people at a dating level. Like I've said, people that are on the dating sites and stuff like that as people that have got a big hole inside of themselves that they weren't filling. If you're connecting with someone on a work level first, so someone that you meet, either work, as in paid work or whatever, but or interests, like doing stuff together, that is going to get you a true connection. If you find a true connection now, much easier than like dating sites and stuff will. A real connection, you know, organically. First one hit you hard, second one was bad. Oh, did it hit you hard? I did. I think mine just made me tired, but that could have been the stress of the doctors too. But I think it just made me tired for a few days, 4 or 5 days. I didn't get anything else. Does that make sense, Gabe? Allow a deeper connection to flow through work or interests. Allow connections to develop, deep connections to develop with people that you've got something in common with, but letting it come from that. What have we got next? I like doing these. Caroline. Love reading for Caroline as well. Caroline did it. Yay. Oh, nice. So it seems you've had some endings, Caroline, and you're on track. Completion and you're on track. So endings leading to new beginnings, of course. And so, yeah, you've been letting go of somebody, it seems, and you're going really well with that, is what I'm hearing here. You're on track. So, yeah, it could have been a complicated process for you to go through. Success and healing. I was feeling that. Your high self is very happy with you in what you've been doing to heal yourself, to let go of those things that you've been going through. It feels to me like you had a past relationship where there was a lot to learn in it. And you've been doing just that. So success and healing, it's really good. You're on track to those things, that relationship that you want. Let's see if we can get some more guidance about that. And you're innocent in all of that as well. So this past relationship that you've been healing from, you probably know this already, because I'm just getting that success and healing from it through very strongly. You probably know it was a repeat. The issues in that relationship was a repeat of relationships before that, probably parental relationships, family relationships. And so, yeah, you're doing really well with that. The more you heal yourself, the more you'll be whole and ready to have one of those healthy relationships that we keep on being told about exist, apparently. So you're limitless and you're innocent as well. You weren't the cause. Nor were they either. They learned it. Just gets passed on and on and on and on, doesn't it, down the generations, these patterns and stuff. Oh, so yeah, talking about that, I had this question, what is the genetic factor behind this high blood pressure thing? I found my answer in Dr. Carolyn's stuff. She said that it's in the genes, but genes aren't everything. It's all about epigenetics, what we do and what we eat, and what our lifestyle and our environment that switches these genes on or not, right? And I've known that in myself before I even knew what the word was for it. Is very important. So what is the genetic factor there? Or could be with me and my family with the high blood pressure thing. Well, it very well could be the magnesium element of, and we've got a gene that's susceptible to that, to the heart muscles and the artery. I don't know. I need to look into that more. But the artery obviously has muscles around it too. And looking back to my grandma and my mum, anxious. Yeah. We get these patterns, these emotional and spiritual patterns that run through families, and Us lucky ones are here. We're here to break that chain. Yay! Hit me with it, Nikki. Okay. I've got the Hangman. If something comes crashing down, it hurts us. To get us to protect ourselves. We've got the King of Pentacles here next for everybody, and the King of Pentacles, we've had this message about him being very stable. The one that can protect us, the stable one. Let me just read it out of this book, because I'm pretty sure it was out of this book that we got that message of the stability. I mean, the it could have been even protection too. I don't know. Can't remember. Do you remember that? About them being caring. King of Crystals is an extremely capable and practical person. Once they put their mind to a task, they'll always follow through with their work until it's completed. Being ambitious and dedicated, they're more often than not highly successful in their careers. Their pragmatism can provide you with clear and honest advice. They're always willing to help those who ask for guidance and direction. There's something in that. This protection thing. Once you're protecting yourself, you're more likely to ask for protection from others. You so are. Yes. Right, so remember last year when, with Mr. last year, and I had that psycho-narcissist, probably psychopath in fact, but getting in between us, but then I started on the attack with me, trying to get money off. I don't know whether I shared that in here, but I asked, when I got the threatening messages, I got in touch with a friend here and said, can I come and see you? I need your help. And that, to actually ask for help and protection, when I went to him, I said, listen to this. And then he got someone else out as well, who I know as well would back me up, and he's like, listen to this. And then he got someone else in on it, listen to this. Okay. No, he's not going to be a threat, and if he is a threat, get in touch with us straight away. And all of this, right? There was this plan of action, and then one of them told me to talk to a guy here as well that also has a problem with this psycho that lives on this island. So then I talked to him here, and he's like, don't worry, he's not going to come in here, he's not going to harm you. If we see him approaching you or coming into this resort, we'll be on it. I'll tell the staff, and they just all got into action. So, and that was new for me. I did never ask for help or ask for protection from others with any of my abuse. I never did that. Now I do it. Straight away I spoke up. I guess he wasn't expecting that, this psycho, right? For me to rally the troops and get that back up. Because most victims that he will pick on won't do that. Most victims won't do that at all. I know that because that's where I was before. So there's something in that. When you're protecting yourself, you will actually ask for help. King of Crystals can come off as shy or introverted. Do not be fooled by this exterior. Underneath, they're highly sensitive spiritual beings who find deep connections to earth and nature. Tell ya, these people that we're looking for, they're not out there, they're not loud, and they're not out there, and they are so sure of themselves. This is what I found when I was healing myself too, and I was becoming more empowered, and started to notice these healthy people there, and they are quiet, and they're wary of people like you and me. Like I am now, wary of people. And they just sit back and watch. And then they might make connections with you. I like to question. Good. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm ready, Nikki. After that last one. Drink more water. Arabella, thank you. Arabella, you missed it before, but I'm asking for the PayPal donations over the super chat or super sticker now, because YouTube and the US government keep most of that now, starting at the beginning of this month. YouTube always kept the majority of it anyway, but now the US government is pretty much taking the rest, so it's not worth doing super chat, super sticker. So if you can do the PayPal link in the future, that would be great. The book The Biology of Belief by Bruce Lipton talks of the environment in which cells exist, create our experiences. Epigenetics is so interesting, and it absolutely ties in with what my guides have told me over the years. I've known that. Yeah, it makes complete sense to me, and that's why it was so surprising to me last week to find out that I got high blood pressure. It's like, oh, hang on a minute. I know it's hereditary apparently, but my mum and my grandmother, very different lifestyles, very different way of looking at things, very different mindset, very different emotional capabilities, very different health, like, what they're doing. So I thought that I was doing that, and the majority of it I was doing the right things. It's just taking it to the next level now, I guess. But yeah, epigenetics, it's very interesting, which is what that is. What was the Bob Marley song this morning from Amorous? What's the Bob Marley song this morning from Amorous? Oh, where is Arabella? I should put it in that thing, okay? Oh yeah, maybe I'll just keep the super chat, super sticker for donations. And that's what I'll do. I'll change the blurb in the thing to make it, in the pinned comment. No. What's this? No. No, it wasn't. It wasn't from Amorous. What was the Bob Marley song from Amorous? No. Nope. Tell us more about Bob Marley. Wake up and transformation. Okay, this morning you said. Yeah, it was to wake you up and transform your energy. It was from your higher self. It was just from your higher self to transform your energy. So you're kind of given a gift to change your energy in some way. Music's so good at doing that, isn't it? Changing our energy. It was to wake you up. Was it like your alarm or something? Was it right first thing in the morning? There's nothing to that. That's all it was. It's to change your energy. It's from your higher self. Arabella. What song was it? I've heard like songs follow me around. Have you ever done that before? You go into a cafe and there's a song playing, and then as you walk past shops, the same song is playing in each shop, and then you think you feel like you're in a movie or something. Someone's following you. Like the universe is playing tricks on you. The gardener is right there. What's he doing? He's got a dirty glass bottle and he's got a little trowel. Arabella, higher self for you. Higher self guidance for you. You got better feeling thoughts and talk to someone. Arabella, allow yourself to, what's that word called? Offload to someone else. Sometimes we need to do it. Offload. I had an offload session outside the supermarket the other day when I went to get eggs. She'd come from the other side of the island at just perfect timing, and we both downloaded crap onto each other, not in a bad way, in a good way. It's like, all this shit's happening to me, and she's like, all this shit's happening to me. It's like, felt so much better for it, right? You've got to pick the right people, and some, you know, and also when other people do it to you as well, just only let the right people do it to you. Like, you've got to be very careful of the energy balance, but when you both feel better for it, it's good. Allow yourself to do that, Arabella. Maybe you've been holding yourself back from that. Better feeling thoughts and talk to someone. We can do it by writing down, like Gabe. Write it down. That's the way to release it. Anything that's inside of our bodies needs to be expressed in some way. Talking or writing it down is a way to do it. Your higher self is saying there's negative stuff in you, and it needs to come out, and find that person that you can share this stuff. Not as into burden, and that's not what you're doing. So don't do it to a rescuer or a codependent person. No, try and take it on and try and fix it, and it's going to end up taking both of your energies down. Yeah. Maybe you've got a friend who would just do that, like this one with me. We can download this stuff and not take it on from each other. It's good. She's done enough work on herself that she can do that. Many people haven't. So let it go, Arabella. Talk it out. Download it to someone else. But choose wisely. Everybody in those situations, choose wisely, because we're going into murky area there. It's talking about your problems and stuff like that is more often than not easier to take your energy down and get yourself into muddier water than not. But there is a way that you can do it, which is clean and allows you to release it. With a therapist, generally, is a good way to do it. But even then, some of them will be codependent and will be taking it on. We've got to be real careful who you do that with. Respect and judgment separate. So, yeah. It seems, Arabella, that you're going through something. You don't want to tell people about it because you don't want to appear as judgmental, and you want to respect them and stuff like that, but you still need to, it's stuff that is causing you pain, so you still need to get that out in some way. And your higher self is saying, like, do that with someone else, not just on paper. Maybe you've been trying to write it down. You know what I'm talking about? Seedles, is your work going to relocate you? Thanks, Caroline. I do feel much better. Yesterday, I knew, in fact, because on Friday, Saturday, both days I did an Epsom salt foot bath. I felt better after those too. Magnesium is the key for me. You turned your radio on, Bob Marley. Is This Love started to play? Yeah. Seedles, is your work going to relocate you? Yes. Oh, nice. Oh, that feels good. Seedles, decide. The decision is still yours, though. Be okay about the decision, but yeah, it does feel good. It feels like helping, a lot of help to relocate there. But talk to someone in criticism. So some people will be against it. I'm getting the decision is yours. It will be good. But some people will be against it when you talk about it. So maybe don't talk about it until you've made your clear decision, and then talk about it, because there will be criticism that comes your way. You know, when teenagers say, "You're ruining my life, Mum," or is that just my kids? You make a decision and it's like, "You're ruining my life." Teenagers. Could be like that. Could be. Did we do everyone? Okay, we've got the Lovers out next. After the King of Pentacles, who is protective, yeah. But it's that energy of us asking for help now, asking for that protection. I'm just going to have another example there. What else? You know who that would be? The Lovers. These protecting lovers that we can be generous with, share our gifts with, be bold with and stuff. It seems to me like it will be a slow start. I've been giving chicken cat a mussels, because I bought this bag of mussels, and that was another thing as well. Magnesium. For the last couple of weeks I kept on looking at these things in the supermarket fridge, a bag full of frozen mussels, thinking I should buy that. I was doing my eldest son cereals. My life. That's my eldest son. Ugh. Yeah, mussels anyway, and I've had it a couple of times as for meals with my sweet potatoes and beetroot. But chicken goes crazy when I get them out, and so I let her finish them up because I don't feel like having any more of them, and she sleeps so good after she's had them. I slept so good after having that magnesium as well. Oh, sorry about feeling down, Christine. Have a good day at work. Bye. I hate teenagers. There, I said it. It's the brains, it's not fully formed yet. Just got to keep on telling ourselves that. It's not them, it's the brains, it's not fully formed yet. Got the Emperor on the bottom. The Star, the Knight of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. Star. She looks happy. Yeah. Same, honestly. I wish I could put it into words properly, the difference that it made me feel after I took that magnesium. I love it. Oh my god, what a lifesaver. Incredible. Can't wait to get the doctor's stuff. Yeah, thanks for putting me onto her, Nikki. And the other stuff as well. I think I can't remember what was in that kit. I was half asleep and I'm listening to an interview, and I thought I need to get the kit that she's talking about now, which wasn't available. Because she was talking about like the body having just a complete crash when you get so depleted in magnesium. I'm like, oh yeah, I was experiencing that. Yeah. And so I know it's got a canister of vitamin C in it, which will be good for me to take. And I'm interested in, she was talking about her using it as a drink, you know. So because I need to take salts. I know it. When I'm training, I sweat a lot, and I need to take salt. So, and I've got the best one that I can buy here, the best, electrolytes. with the least sugaring and stuff, but still, it's not fantastic. This one, D-Champ. It is the best one that's available here, but still, it's got potassium, it's got bicarbonate in it, it's got sodium in it, glucose not less than 2 grams. But I'd much prefer to make my own, right? And I have tried just having salt, just pink Himalayan salt, in my water for training, and it's not enough for me, obviously, because my magnesium was down, right? So she was talking about using her product Remag, the magnesium liquid. Is it iodized or something like that? And the mineral one. So I bought some of that too. I bought a big bottle of that from her. And the vitamin C, I reckon those 3 together would be awesome for me for my training. But yeah, thanks for putting me onto her because she's incredible. See you, Jamie. Magnesium oil massages. I've got this too. So I was using this, yeah. Magnesium oil spray to get some of it into me, but it's nowhere near as good as the Epsom salt foot baths got more into me. I would have a full bath if I had a full bath, but I don't have a full bath, so a bucket and my feet in Epsom salts. Yeah. And yeah. Liquid LV, is that? This has got MSM in it, which is supposed to relax the arteries, the vein walls and all of that stuff too. Magnesium is a good thing, you're all depleted, get some in you. But not the shit that you find in the shops, generally. Like the magnesium citrate, I think it's magnesium oxide, or the normal ones, they will just give you diarrhea and you'll lose minerals. I think it's got like 2% uptake rate in it, so it's really, you're going to lose more magnesium than you gain, so don't do that. Magnesium taurate, this is glycinate. This is the relaxing one. This is my least favourite one, but the one that I could get my hands on fastest. I've got, what's it called? I've got taurate, magnesium taurate on its way from America. And and that's the one for athletes. It's best for athletes, for the muscles and stuff like that. And I've also got one that should arrive maybe today, tomorrow, which is threonate, magnesium threonate, magnesium L-threonate. And that's the one that gets through the blood-brain barrier. These are the more expensive versions of magnesium, but I definitely want to get that liquid one. You have pink Himalayan salt saying. Yeah, me too. But, you know, that table salt is what other people use. And I have been, you know, eating other people's foods, getting food deliveries, because I've been, especially since this pandemic, because I want to keep the businesses going here. Intravenous vitamin C. Yes, magnesium L-threonate is the one that gets through the blood-brain barrier, so that should be arriving, and then I'll take a mixture of these two. And then when that liquid one comes, that's it. I'm off. Star. 17. My blood pressure came down by 10 after having the magnesium. It's considerable. That's after like two tablets, which is 400 milligrams, which is at a 20% uptake rate apparently with this type. You take the 3 and 8, good. How many milligrams are you taking of that, Cenos? She's saying, like, this one says to take 400, which is 2 tablets. I know to take them, don't take them at the same time, take them dispersed right through the day so that you'll take more of it in. But she says no, 600 or 800 is better. Three and 8, but yeah, that's supposed to be a good one. Star. Star's beautiful omen to receive. You have every reason to feel hopeful at this time, so remember to look ahead with optimism and strength. So strength again. Find the strength in ourselves and then attract the strong ones. It's like my trainer now. I know. Like he knows I've got his back. I know he's got my back. I always knew that. That's strength. I like it. You have every reason to feel hopeful at this time, so remember to look ahead with optimism and strength. Part of your positive outlook comes from remembering to see the beauty in life as you've experienced the inevitable challenges along the way. The Hanged Man, this crash. We crash along the way and we've got these challenges, but it makes us stronger, right? And we've survived it. Yet still understand the importance of love and gratitude. We've survived it with our hearts intact. It's a miracle. You take up to 2 tablets, 800 milligrams, that's good, yeah. From this state of knowing and trust, the serendipitous magic seems to continuously unfold around you. It's an art, isn't it? Going through these challenges and keeping our heart intact. The star indicates a good balance of creativity, work, desire, and soulful aspirations. It's bringing it back to this gift, these gifts within us, and being able to share them generously. Now is the time to move forward with your lifelong dreams and to do the things that truly make you happy, make you truly happy. This will allow you to connect with your spiritual power and raise your vibration. Remember to always move forward with love and light. Your path will continue to grow brighter each day. I like that. And then the Knight of Wands. Oh dear. This one, the player. He's affectionate and disciplined. They're able to balance their emotions in order to take power and control of their lives. But underneath the surface, they're highly sensitive. This person does not forget harsh words easily and sometimes has trouble letting go of negative attachments. The Knight of Wands is also very determined when it comes to getting things done. They have the vision and drive to reach their goals, but sometimes can be too hasty or impulsive due to their enthusiasm. You have the self-determination to make things happen and the courage and conviction to pursue your dreams with confidence and ease. It's getting ourselves to that point of that strength and courage to pursue our dreams and fully put ourselves out there, and we can't do that when we're wounded. Make sure to plan accordingly, or you may feel too rushed along the way. Or make sure just to take your time with it and don't rush yourself along the way, because that's mean to yourself. No players. You're welcome, Nikki. Yeah, it was intense. You might have a dream about it tonight, Nikki. Tell us about it if you do. Tell me about it anyway. 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands comes as a positive reminder that your life is headed in the right direction. You've worked hard and know what you want. So don't be discouraged by any setbacks that show up along the way. Or setbacks again, right? This may also indicate a time when the momentum of your success will require your personal resolve and courage when dealing with other people. Yes. And strength and protection. You've got to protect yourself, remember. It's important for you to stay strong and assert yourself. Do not be afraid to speak your truth. This is a very dynamic, energetic time in your life, so remember to celebrate all of your accomplishments as you move forward. Any new projects or ideas that you'll have that you have will require your attention, planning, and innate skills. You know what you need to do. Yeah, same message coming out over and over again, right? Let's get another. And just on the magnesium as well. Yeah, sure, Nikki. On the magnesium as well, another thing that good doctor was saying was that a lot of medications have fluoride in them. Also, your water might have fluoride in it. Mine doesn't. And also your dental stuff might have fluoride in it. Not that that matters too much, because generally I'm getting rid of that. But fluoride binds to magnesium. And so and a lot of medications have fluoride in them, so you just got to be careful of that. You might need to increase magnesium to counteract medications. I certainly noticed that the medication made me worse. Sure, it made my blood pressure better. It took those numbers down, but it made me feel dreadful. So it was making the actual problem behind that worse. I could feel that. I couldn't function. I could feel it. So yeah, you might need even more magnesium if you take medications. Poison, yeah. I mean, they've shown that, haven't they? They've done studies where if you don't take medication, you live longer. It's just too... Medications and doctors are just too blinkered, you know? They're not looking at it at all. They're just looking at one specific thing. And generalising too much. I mean, really, that cardiologist that I was listening to is like, why are you taking medication because your blood pressure's high? Well, it's because of the community. A large group of people were tested, and you're doing it for the community, really. You're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it because the studies showing that amongst a lot of people, those with the higher blood pressure are more likely to get these heart things or strokes. So really, you're doing it for the community. We're not dealing on a personal level. Doctors don't deal on a personal level, which is a real shame. But then we get good doctors like her, who she says she was just determined when she became a doctor not to fall into the trap of being a drug pusher. And then after she became a doctor, then she did her a medical doctor, then she did her naturopathy. She was determined. So good on her for that very fix, because the majority of them don't, right? They do the training and then they just fall in line to being those shills, really, for pharmaceutical companies. Legalised drug pushers. Two of Swords and the Eight of Swords. Blocks. Good blocks, though. That's what I'm hearing. It seems like we're blocked. It seems like things are standing on our way, but it's for good reason. We're still getting ourselves ready. Two of Swords. Difficult to make decisions. Keep moving. Difficult to make decisions because there's so many unknowns. I'm feeling bound, the blocks. Feeling bound and blocked. Thanks, Nikki. For good reason. I mean, it's not a wrongness of us. Let's not judge ourselves for these blocks that we've still got in place, the universe. And our higher selves, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing with us. They're just taking us there, slowly but surely. I mean, be careful what you wish for, really, you know, or if looking back at myself like 10 years ago, 5 years ago, be careful what you wish for, because the things that I was wishing for then, how come I couldn't manifest them? How come I couldn't manifest them? Looking back, I'm like, thank God I couldn't manifest them. There's no way, I was nowhere near healed enough to be ready to manifest them. Self-stabby. Stabby, stabby. Stabby, stabby, Nikki. That's your new name. What, Stabby, Nikki? Who was it? Jared. Yeah, when I was with Jared, he said that he always had this feeling I was going to stab him. Must have been from a past life, hey? So, after he told me that, I was a little bit evil. After he told me that, when I was in the kitchen, with a knife in my hand, I used to freak him out. I must have stabbed him in the past life. And it's interesting that one of my boyfriends had this vision of me punching him in the face. It's like, I don't know what it is, I just keep on having this dream of you punching me. I didn't. But he obviously picked up on me being a boxer. Okay, give me the stabby question. Okay. 7 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles. I've planted the seeds. Gonna get your wishes met by yourself first. That's another thing as well. I shared it with Nikki last night, I think. But I always knew, like when I first started doing my readings professionally, I was renting a room in this healing center, and Ambaji it was called. And when there was no customers, we all used to sit around doing readings for each other. This is how I got into doing my readings professionally instead of hiding them behind everything else, is that I would play around with those and they'd be like, oh my God, Claire, your readings are incredible, you should be doing it. And so I did. But yeah, we'd all sit around. And a few of them were tuning into me and saying about this person that was coming into my life. And I knew then that when I had my person at last, which I always knew was going to be midlife, I've been told that for a long time, that I would feel fully relaxed, that I'd be able to fully relax for the first time in my life. Now, what I realised yesterday, especially with this magnesium thing and with knowing like I've got to address this anxiety thing that has always been with me, I realised now I've got to find that relaxation first in myself. I've got to do it myself first. I've got a 9 of Pentacles at first. I know that. I know that's the way it works. So maybe I am getting closer. Be careful what you wish for. You know, the anxiety even has me finding it very difficult to sleep. If I'm in a new relationship, they're in my bed, I don't sleep, not at all. My anxiety doesn't allow me to sleep with someone else there. I get used to it. That's not right. Hey, that's not right. So I do. Tricky Nikki. Stabby Nikki. The person I didn't stab. I hope YouTube isn't going to like look at these things like, what the hell? Is that one person you didn't stab? Yeah. It's directly about the lie. Those involved in the last private reading. Is it? Yeah, is it? That's what the question is. Is it involving those? Is it one of those two that were in that last reading? No. Oh, someone else. It's not. That surprises me. No, it is. It's someone else. It's someone with much darker energy. be someone with much darker energy that was almost trying to pull you into that darkness, and you knew not to. You knew to stand firm in that. Someone very tricky. It was someone like really tricky. They're almost a master manipulator, you know, those psychos. Those psychos who can pretend to everyone that they're really great and really open and, you know. Very dark energy though. Revealing themselves to you but not to other people. So it was someone that was had very dark energy and had this facade of being, everyone else thought they were great, but they would reveal themselves to you, and it was almost playing with you because of that. They wanted you to be like by the side, but you wouldn't. Yeah, so you did the right thing. It's obviously very powerful energy. It's almost like you completely refused to join that very narcissistic energy. The worst kind of narcissist. I keep on forgetting what they're called. Yeah, I'm a psychopath. You refuse to add new energy to them, and refusing to get, so they provoked you. But yeah, a trickster, real trickster. You did the right thing by yourself, for sure. And that probably is why this lifetime it's for you to choose choose the love. You know, you kind of did in that lifetime too. To not play them at their own game, not join them in that, and not be drawn into that darkness. It would take a whole lot of self-restraint, right, with someone like that. Someone else to deal with. I don't feel that I don't feel like you've got karma with that person. I think you dealt with that. I think the whole stabbing yourself instead of being drawn into it put an end to that karma with that person. I don't think we're going to know who this is, because it's not a strong energy. Your energy is strong in that, yeah. Their energy isn't. Yeah. Let's go back to everyone else. What are you doing in there? 5 of Wands. The Sun! 9 of Pentacles to the Sun, that's nice. Joy is coming. Find it in ourselves first. Magician fell out then, but so did other cards. We're going 2 hours. I'm going to stop there instead of continuing on with these cards, because I've got videos to make today. Thank you everyone for coming along. Thank you for the donations and all those reads and everything. It's been very interesting. Let's do it all over again in 2 days' time on Wednesday. What else? That's it. Stay well. And I'll see you in 2 days' time. Bye. And I'll change the pin comment thing that I say to reflect the new mini read, please. Bye.